Hi, it's Mary. Welcome to the Paper Turtle. Today we are working with viewer prompts again. And we had a lot of prompts this time. We had 6 prompts to work with. And that was fun. I'm saying was because I already made one thing from it as a sample to try it. Because what I'm trying to do is get these videos down, within an hour, including the final product. So I'm trying to tighten up my crafting a little bit for the videos. Anyway, I don't know why I'm saying all that. Our prompts were stickers, magazine, masterboard, a sack, tool, and a window. Last time we did what do we do? Masterboard and mushrooms. And the time before that we did envelopes, a magazine, and wax. So with these 6 things in mind, and I'll just pause for a second to remind you, put some more prompts in the comments so I can throw them in the jar so we have a bigger variety of things. Thank you so much for everybody who has already given me some prompts. Keep them coming. They're a lot of fun, and doing this has been a lot of fun because it's, number one, it's challenging, and number two, I'm actually creating something and using things, and that's what I need to do. So I appreciate it very, very much. So what I am making with those 6 prompts is this. This started out as, here's the sack. I'm assuming that that's what you mean. I think it was Sonia that put that. And she spelled it SAC, but I think that might have been just a typo. I'm hoping that's how I'm interpreting it. If it stands for something else or means something else, Sonia, let me know, and I'll add that to the jar too. But that's what I'm taking it as. So we started with that, and this is what I made, this little fold out thingy here with a tag, and there's my window. I used my masterboard here. Here's the tool on the curtain, and also on a journaling card inside, or tag, whatever you want to call it. What else did we need? Stickers. Where's my stickers? Was this a sticker? This was a sticker. Pretty sure this was a sticker. I feel like I'm missing stickers, but I'm guessing that these were stickers. I think they were. And actually, I think this was a sticker too. I think it was. And what else we have? Magazine. The magazine was this. I do know that came from a Daphne's Diary. So that's the example that I made. It took me a long time to make this. Hopefully it won't take me a long time to make this one that I'm actually doing for the challenge, because I have everything all set out. I think I have everything here and ready to go. I shouldn't have to search for anything. So let's just get moving. All right, so the first thing, I'm just going to set that here so I can see it. The first thing, I'm going to fold my bag. This just was a little bag. I think I actually bought a package of these at like Hobby Lobby or somewhere one time. And I've designed it so that I can just glue it into a book. And another part of this challenge that I told myself that I was going to do is to make something that is going to go into a journal that I'm working on. And if I can't do that, then I guess I have to start a new journal. But this one I have made to go in my Outlander journal. The one I'm making now will go in my Outlander journal. The sample, I don't know what journal that's going in. Probably just my my Happy Mail / sample journal, because that one I put all kinds of different things in and samples for me to be able to look back on and try again, that type of stuff. So, but I'm just working away here, not telling you what I'm doing. I have cut the top of the bag because I'm making that into a pocket. I'm taking this scrap and I'm putting it in here to strengthen the bag, because when I punch it, if the paper's too thin, it won't punch all the way through. So I am hoping that this, putting a couple layers of paper there, will do that trick. If I can get coordinated enough to do it. Oh my. Okay. Now, is that in the center? Yeah, looks it. See, so if I had done that without the scrap paper in there, this would have been worse than what it is. I can just pull it off now. Okay. So here's my base. Okay, number one item checked off is the bag or the sack, whatever you call it. The second thing is window. So I have a die that cuts windows, and this is like supposed to be a window box or a sash or something. And on this one, I put it right under the window, like a little window box. But on my other one, I'm going to put it a little further down to make it look like a table. I don't know if that'll come across that way, but that's what I'm doing. So what I am doing is I have my window. I have this piece of scrap paper here. I need to move this stuff out of my way. And my acetate, which is here somewhere, but I can't see it. There it is. Okay. This I need to cut down because it's not the right size, but I know, because I measured it already, that I need to cut it right there. Then I am going to take this. You guys, I fumbled so much with this part of the project the first time I did this. But that's why I did a practice one, because I just was not very good at this at all. All right, so what I need to do now is cut out. I think I need to trace it. You probably can't see the acetate, but I'm putting this window on top of the acetate, and I'm just going to trace around it so I know where to cut it. Like this. Yep. So I think I don't know if I said or not, but this is hard cutting acetate because I can't see it. So I'm making this one for my Outlander journal, and I searched and searched and searched for the right images and everything to go on this project. It took me forever to prepare for this. So I hope it's worth all the preparation that I did. Excuse whatever background noise you hear. My husband is right in the next room. I thought he was putting his headphones on, but so I've had this little window die for ages, forever. And I recently reorganized all my dies. And now I have them all, so they're so easily accessible, and I can see everything that I have. And oh my gosh, what a difference it makes. I don't know if I've put that video up yet or not, but if you have a mess with your dies and stuff, or your stamps or whatever, take the time to organize them, because let me tell you, it makes such a big difference. Such a big difference. Now I feel like I can see what I have, and it's easy for me to just go over and cut one die, or to do a batch if you want to do a batch or whatever. Okay, so there's the acetate in my window. Now what I need to do is I need to cut, and this is where it got all funky for me. I need to cut a square on this piece of paper to set my window on, but it has to be like very precise of where I cut it, and I have to think about it a minute. I have to cut it smaller than the line that I'm drawing around it. So where my cut has to fall is right in between, right along here, because I have to glue this onto it. So it can't be, like, the hole can't be bigger than this, but it can't be smaller than the inside. So it has to run right in between. So I have like a very little margin there to cut this. So let's try it and see if I can get it to work to where I need it to be. It took me, I don't know how long and how many tries to figure out the right spot to cut this. I really hope I'm gonna get it right too, because then I'll have to do it all over again, and I don't want to do that. Oops. All right. Take your time, Mary. This is the hardest part of the whole project, is making this window. But I encourage you to try it, because I love the way that it comes out. I like this window effect. Of course, I have a thing for windows. I don't know why, but I like windows. Always liked windows. I had a dream many years ago now. After my parents sold our family home, the home that I grew up in, you know, when they got older and they wanted to downsize and everything, and they sold it. That was up in Massachusetts, and I live, look at that, that's almost perfect. And I live now in Florida, and I had already moved to Florida at that point. And so it was sometime after they sold the house. So I hadn't, well, what I was going to say is I hadn't had a chance to like say goodbye to the house, if that's a thing. I don't know. In my mind, it's a thing. It was a thing. But so I had a dream, and in my dream it was very vivid. You know, some dreams are like real wonky and kooky and everything, and you can't quite figure out what the heck was that. Well, this one was very vivid, and in my dream I was saying goodbye to the house, and I went from room to room in the house, and I looked out the window of each window in every room in the house. We had a pretty big house, a big old New England house. And I saw in my dream the exact view from each window of the house. Is that weird? I mean, it was like very methodical. It was very accurate. It was very true. And I just went from room to room looking out the window. Is that weird? I mean, you know, you can't help what you're dreaming, but I thought it was like, it was kind of cool, you know, because I, if only in my dreams I got to see the view again and to walk through the house again and everything. But in another way, it was a little on the creepy side. It was like so accurate as I remembered it, you know. Weird, very weird. All right, so there's my window. Boy, that was so much easier than the first time I did it. The first time I did it, oh my gosh, it took me like, I don't know how long to try to figure out how to get it all lined up and everything. But, you know, if you don't practice and try these things, then you stay stagnant doing the same thing over and over again. That's why I like these prompts, because it's getting me out of my comfort zone and getting me trying things. It's also why I like watching certain YouTubers on because they do different stuff than me. And if I get brave enough to try those things, then it's learning something new, you know. Now I need to wipe off the acetate. It's got some marks and fingerprints and stuff on it. I'm just going to use a paper towel, because hopefully whatever is on there will just wipe right off. And I'll have a nice clean window. I don't even clean my own windows this much. Yeah, there's something still on there. It's right around the edges. Well, it would be cool if it were like a winter scene. See the dirt around the edges of the window? That's okay. I'm going to leave it because, yeah, that's kind of makes it realistic. All right, so this is going to go on here. And I know that's what I want on there, so I'm going to go ahead and glue it on there. Wait a minute. That's not right either. I have to cut another hole in the bag. I forgot about that. I do. I have to cut a hole in the bag. And it needs to be in between the outside of this and the inside of the window. Now I have a little bit more leeway on here, because it needs to be in between here and here where I cut it. And I think it's best if I cut it probably like right about in the middle. I think I kind of want to mark it. How big is that? So that's like a 1/2 inch. Okay, so if I go and I mark it to about 1/4 of an inch right here. Yep, right about there. So is that like 1/4 of an inch from the corner? Yeah, That's what I'm going to do. Right about there. I don't know if this is going to help me or not, but that's what I'm doing. I'm just making a little mark on here so I know where to cut it to. There. Cutting from the center to the corners, I don't know. It just seems to make it easier to maneuver around the inside when you're cutting the inside out of something like this. And this doesn't have to be perfect because it's not going to show. It just needs to be enough to be able to glue that onto. Perfecto. Okay. So, okay. Oh, I thought I made a mistake. I didn't. So I'm only going to glue the edges to that little 1/4 of an inch in. It all seems very, very fragile. I don't know why. Well, everything I'm using is kind of thin, you know. There. And then I'll erase my pencil marks. Okay. So there's our window and our bag. I like it, I like it, I like it. Okay, next I'm going to put this on here. Yeah, it still looks like a window box, but I'm gonna go with it anyway. What I did when I did the first one, after I got it all decorated and I started looking at it, I was like, oh wait, this doesn't make any sense. I'll show you what I mean in a second here. But I'm going with it anyway. I don't, it makes sense in my own mind, but if someone wants to really analyze it, it's not right, but that's all right. We're not analyzing. I'm just going to show you. Okay, so this is the window, right? If at first glance you're looking from inside out because you have the curtain, which is on the inside, and this, if that's a valance, that would be on the inside, right? But this is a window box that is on the outside and with flowers in it. So technically you're not looking, your window is an outside window, but you're looking from the inside out. I know that's too technical. That's too picky. That's why I'm doing this one the same way, because that's too picky. Don't worry about it. If you're doing it, you can do it different, or you can do it the same way. It doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter, Mary. Get moving. Okay. Oh shoot, I should have fussy cut this earlier. So this is another thing that I had super hard time finding. I needed a vase. Because if you know Outlander, you'll get it. If you don't know Outlander, I'll explain to you. So Claire, the female main character in the stories, she goes through these stones and ends up in another time, 200 something years before her time, and meets Jamie, the male main character in the story, and they fall in love and all this stuff, and they have many adventures and stuff. So, but anyway, at the very beginning of the first book, there's 9 books, and she's writing a 10th, which is supposed to be the last one, but who knows. And at the very beginning of the first book, Claire is on holiday in Scotland with her husband. It was after World War II ended, and they had both served in the war. She was a nurse, and he was, I don't know what he was, but he was in the war. And so they had been separated for many years. And they had been, newlyweds when they actually went to war. And so they were on this holiday in Scotland, and they were, I'm going to cut that one off. They were, getting to know each other again and all of this other stuff. So one day Claire goes for a walk, and in a store window she sees a vase or a vase, and she admires it and tells how one day she wants to own a vase like that because she wants a permanent home. That she has not had a permanent home because of the war. They had been moved around a lot, and she hadn't been with her husband, and so that was her dream, was to have a home that she could put a vase like the one she saw in the window in her home. And so that's the symbolism behind the vase in the window as it relates to Outlander. So if you're an Outlander fan, you know what I'm talking about, and you get that. And if you are not aware of Outlander, see if you can find a book in, a thrift store or something. They're out there. And give it a try. And I would say read the book before you see the show, simply because there's so much more in the book, and it will put the show into a little bit of context. I don't know if I want this apple or not. It doesn't really go, but I'm going to leave it there for now, and I can cut it off if I don't like it. I think I'm going to cut that off. This is not going to show. A little bit big, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm gonna take it as it is. I want to get some of this white off though. Gosh, it's already been a half hour and I'm not even halfway done. Yikes. Okay, I'm going to try to hurry. Less talking, more crafting, Mary. So basically, I'm just decorating up the outside scene of the bag here. And actually, I'm thinking of going to do the inside before I do more of the outside, because once I put this other stuff on, it's going to be lumpy. And I want to do this. So let's go to the inside. But I think instead of, like on this one, I put this like graph type paper. Instead of that, I think I'm just going to put some coffee dye paper or some kind of aged paper, because I think I like the look better. Not quite big enough. And yes, I should have had this ready, but I was thinking I was going to do the same thing, and then now that I'm working on it, I decided that I'm not. So I'm sure I've got some scraps in here. Please let me have some scraps. Oh, I like that one. Okay. This is actually from an old greeting card, I believe. It's kind of like parchment. That's very cool. Let's see if I can tear it. Oh yeah, it tears nice. This is just for decoration, you know, to have something on the inside. This is a little bit fragile, so this is the type of thing that you really can only use by gluing it onto something else. Otherwise it's too fragile. Like I couldn't use this as a page in a journal because it's just too fragile. It rips so easily. But it's so very nice for something like this. And it inks beautifully. I absolutely love the way this inks up. So tell me, are you crafting along with me? Are you doing the prompts? If so, go to Instagram and follow me. It's the Paper Turtle. And tag me when you upload your projects. I want to see what you're doing. That's the only way I can think of to share. I don't know. I mean, you can email them to me. I've had people email me things, also pictures and stuff of their projects. But I think if you do it that way, other people can see it. If they, well, if you use the hashtag the Paper Turtle, maybe other people could see it. I don't know. I'm not a big Instagram person. I don't know all the ins and outs of it or how it works. You know, I'm older. I'm old school, so it's Facebook for me, but I don't have a Paper Turtle Facebook page, which I've considered. Thought about doing that. I just haven't done it yet, so Instagram it's going to have to be for now. Oh, that's pretty. I like that on there. Okay, and this one, I just put a little bit of collaging on the corner there. So one of our prompts is stickers. I didn't find a whole lot that would work, but I did find a couple. And one of them is this, and I like this. I don't know if it's appropriate for Outlander in that I think that's French. But they do go to Paris, so I think it'll work. What is this one? That almost looks... I don't know what that is. I could use that. I kind of like the color on that one. But it's attached... Oh, this is all one sticker. Never mind. I'll just use this. And do I want... Like, this one I collaged it. Just a little bit. I could do that. Alright, I used... I think I have like a little tiny piece of Edith Holden book page. Or I have this. No, that's not right for the time. I don't know if the Edith Holden stuff is right for the time either. It's not really. Well, it sort of is, I think. I don't know when she... I could use this little piece right here. And I don't know what else would go good right there. That's just more script, but that's all right. I'm going to use that. Okay. It's these little things that I forgot to pull together before, you know. Right there. Hopefully this is going to be all one video. I'm really trying to get it into an hour here. The last two prompt videos I had to do in 2 videos, unless my son fixed the one for me. But the first one is in 2 videos, which I don't like doing that because not as many people watch the second video for some reason. Don't you want to know how it ends? I don't know. So I don't like doing that, but sometimes you have to, you know, you got to compromise a little bit. And that's what I had to do because my editing program wouldn't let me upload the longer portion of the video so that I could put the 2 together. I think I already explained all this. But we're trying to fix that somehow. And sticker. Okay, that satisfies the sticker part. Then on this one, I used the masterboard because that's one of the prompts. And so that's what I'm going to do. So let's get going on that. I'm going to set that aside. Pull out my masterboard book, which is right here. And I'm going to use this portion of it here. So, how big do I need this? It's going to be about this piece right here. I'm going to have to trim it. That's okay. I'll just make it a little bigger so I can trim it down. If you have been following my videos, I've told you about my masterboard book. So I take a magazine, any magazine. Mine is an advertising magazine that comes in the mail. And I take each page and make little mini masterboards using the scraps of whatever project that I recently worked on. And then I end up with all these little masterboards in different colors and styles and everything to use when I need them. They're there and ready to go. So that's what I've used for this one. Okay, now the next thing was magazine. All right, so we have masterboard, magazine. This is a photo that I copied from a magazine. And the magazine, I will show you just to prove to you that I did. This was the magazine. This was put out by Entertainment, and it was The Ultimate Guide to Outlander. I think this came out a couple years ago, maybe. There's no date in it. Why is there no date? That's weird. Sorry. It was not rated X or R or anything, just PG. I don't know. It came out a couple years ago. Maybe after season 5. And it's got all these pictures from the show. All these pictures. So I copied one of them because I don't want to cut my magazine up. And this is the one that I'm using right here. And the reason that I am using this, and if you are familiar with Outlander, you will know already. I don't need to explain it to you. But if you're not, I will explain it. This is Jamie, and he is the Scottish lad that Claire fell in love with. And if you're an Outlander fan, you should be getting what I'm doing by now. In the beginning of the book, there is a scene where Frank, Claire's husband, this is when they are, this is again before she goes through the stones, and they are in Scotland, and Frank comes home, and it's at night, and he sees a Scottish man, all clad in his plaid and everything, looking all 18th century like, standing like outside of Claire's window, looking in. And he's like, well, that's strange. And he was going to say something to the man and ask him if he, could help him with something. When he turned to speak to him, he was gone. Mystery. Oh, darn. Let me see if that'll fit. If I put it in like this. No, he's too tall. I'm going to have to cut your feet off, Jamie. Let me make sure this is going to fit, though. Oh, no. So, anyway, the mysterious Scotsman disappeared. So, it leaves the readers, it was never explained. But it leaves the readers speculating, that it was Jamie. And why was he in the future? His future, because he's not a time traveler. And supposedly, I got glue in here. I should have checked that. Come on. Oh no. Oh, I got it. I got it. Okay. There we are. I think I'm going to put Jamie over here, though. Yeah. Maybe about there. So, what was I saying? So, there's all this speculation amongst the readers, you know, about who was it, Jamie? Of course, everybody thinks that it was Jamie, and how did he get there? And this was before Claire went through the stones. And how did he get there? And is he really a time traveler? Because throughout the books, he can't travel. So it's you know, all this big mystery and stuff, and it's a thing. And I'm on some fan Facebook pages, and people they get crazy about all the speculation of the whole Jamie thing, the ghost at the beginning. Or was it a ghost? Nobody knows. It's fun. It's fun. And again, if you haven't read it, you gotta try it. You gotta try it. It's a good story. Now, I noticed just today, as I was preparing for this, that on this one that I made, I didn't cover the back of the tag. I'm going to have to go back and do that. But I'm going to do it on this one now, because I want it, you know, finished. So I'm going to cover it. What can I cover it with? Let's see. I think something that you can write on. I'm looking in some scraps that I have sitting here on my desk, but I don't think any of them are going to work. I could use the screen. No, it doesn't quite fit, and I think I want something. I think I know what I want. I have this paper right here. No, wait, what's this? Will that fit? What is this? Oh, no, I don't want to use that. Sorry. Going on a search again. Oh, what about this? It's just a bag. That'll work. Do it this way. So anyway, so this is what I'm doing. This is Claire's window. She's in the window. It has her vase, and it's got Jamie outside the window. It's like in the book. That's my my theme here. That's what I'm going for. I hope it makes sense. So masterboards are a wonderful way to have like an instant background for a tag or a journal card or something. And if you do it like in a book like that, then you can cut it up whenever you want. You can take little pieces, or you can take the whole page and cut it up and play around with it. Or it's very versatile. A lot of things you can do with it. doing with this here? Let's rip it off. Can I? Everything's sticky. Sticky, sticky, sticky. I guess I could have just glued the whole big piece down. There. This tag needs something else. And I think, boy, it feels really thin. It's got like 3 layers of paper. Shouldn't feel that thin. Maybe just because it's still wet. That's better than the other one. Okay, now where are we? That's going inside here. Let's see how that works. Oh gosh, you can't see Jamie. You can't see his head. That's okay. You know something's there, and it's a mystery, right? Until you take it out. That works. That will work for me. All right. I need the tab. Now I picked out a couple of tabs that I can use. Wanted to see what was going to look the best. Okay. Somebody sent me these. You know what I found thrifting the other day? Another Whale Tail Punch. I bought it because it was cheap. But I've got 2 of them now. Oh, I like that. I don't know if I like that, but it's going to be on the back. So that might be okay. I also like that. These are going to be too big, though. Oh, no, they're going to go this way. No, they're going to go like that. But I can do it there. I like that one. I'm using that one. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, I went to this thrift store. And I'll tell you about it in the haul video when I get to that one. And I walked in, and it was a very small thrift store. It was for a cat rescue. And I saw on the shelf this basket, and it had a bunch of punches in it. And I was like, ooh, what are those? I went over and looked at it, and they wanted $20 for the whole basket, all the punches. And I don't know how many were in there. Quite a few. But most of them were ones that I didn't have. Surprisingly. I don't know how that happened. Because I have a million punches. So I was like, wow, look at that. And so I start looking at the punches to see what ones there were, to see, okay, would this be worth me paying $20 for? That's a lot of money for me to spend in a thrift store. But I looked, and I kept looking, and then all of a sudden I saw it. It was like glowing. The elusive Whale Tail Punch. And I said, well, I already have one. I don't need it. But then I said, but it would either be a spare or I can sell one. So I bought it. Still haven't decided if I'm keeping it or if I'm going to sell it. I don't know. But anyway, yep, Whale Tail Punch. That was very cool. All right, what do we need to do now? We need to get using the other things in the thing here. We got stickers. Okay. We got stickers. We got magazine. We got masterboard. We got sack. And we have window. I just need to use the tool. And that's to decorate the window right here. So I just need a piece. Where's my smaller piece? This was something that I bought at an estate sale a long, long time ago. There were a bunch of them. They had made little something, crowns or something out of them. I don't know what the heck they were. And there were a bunch of them in all different colors. Really, really cheap. So I bought them. And so now I have all this tulle in all these different colors. And I've had it for a while, and I don't use it. I don't know if I've ever even used it. But I am now. And I want this to go right here. And I'm going to tie it back. I'm going to cut it here, and I can always trim it again if I need to. So I really just want it to like bunch up. And then I'm going to pull it over like this. So let's see if I can get this on here right. I ended up on this one, I ended up sewing it because it was hard to stick down the tulle and the trim and have it, you know, really grasp and stick. So I just sewed right through it. So I'll probably do the same thing on here. But I'll have to do that like after, because my sewing machine is on the other side of the room, and yeah, it'll just be easier. But I want to get this down here to show you, just to complete the prompts and to show you how I did it. So I'm just like bunching this up. Bunching it up, but spreading it too. I don't know. I don't remember how I got this down here before, other than sewing it. I think I just kind of did this and held it down for a minute or two. Yeah, and then that's why I put the lace on there too, to help hold it down. So we shall do that. And I like the look of the lace on it. I think it looks pretty. I'm going to use a different glue. And I can't sew it till all the glue's dried anyway, so let's see if this will work better. I can get my pin in my glue. This gets a little bit tricky to get this glued down, but we can get there. It'll work. Oh, and we are at just about an hour. Yikes. But I gotta finish it. I gotta finish it. All right, and then we are going to, I'm gonna leave this for now, but I will tie it back like this. Okay, I'm glad I did this one because I can show you the finished product. And I'm going to actually put this in this pocket because it's got the vases on it. And there's more tulle also. And I think it goes better with the Outlander one and I hadn't come up with anything else for the Outlander one anyway, so I'm gonna do that. And then this is gonna be tied. Let me see if I have something real quick to tie it with. I didn't plan that either, did I? I want it to be thinner than this one. I think that sticks out too much. But I don't know if I have anything right here. I have this, but that's not... Well, I guess I could use that. Let's use that. Why not? And I'm going to have to tack this down right here underneath with the glue too, to keep it from popping up too much, because it won't stay down at the top if I don't glue it here too. See how it's all popping up and stuff? Let me take this out for a minute. So I have to put a little bit of glue down here. Come on. Come on. Oh, man. I keep the bottle upside down so that the glue stays in the tip, and then I set it up. All right, I'm gonna work on that. Now we get down to these finishing touches, and I can't get it done. All right, this is what it's gonna look like when I get those finishing touches done. Oh, and this is gonna go in here. It's going to be like kind of like under the curtain a little bit. I'll show you the completely finished product in the next video. But it's going to, you know, look similar to this. I'll put a pocket here. You can decorate this however you want. I was thinking also of using this. This is another image from the magazine that I copied, and I wanted to use this somehow maybe on this page. It's really big though, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to use that or not, but that's the finished product. And I think I checked off all of the prompts, and I'm going to sew across that to hold that down. There, I hope you got some ideas. Before we go though, don't go yet. We have to draw the next set of prompts. All right, here we go. Let me roll the dice. One prompt. Who's the lucky prompt going to be? Okay, let's see. And it is flowers. And that came from Shrell Kaufman 9303. Thank you very much for the prompt. And I will definitely be able to come up with something with flowers. I'm going to try to be really creative since it's just one prompt. I don't want to just, you know, make something and stick a flower on it. I'll try to come up with something a little bit more creative than that. But leave me some more prompts so that we can throw some more in the jar, and hope you're crafting along with me. And don't forget to show me what you've made, and like, comment, and subscribe, and all of that good stuff. And we will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.